Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to talk to you about my favourite superhero film, one I think is very, very important, which is Black Panther. Now, in the superhero world, we do of course have many different superheroes. We have all these different characters in many different films. I'm sure you probably have a favourite. Who is your favourite superhero?
Iron Man.
Okay. And superhero films in recent years have become very, very important. These are very big business now. So if you look here, just up to 2013, for example, these films were making $1.6 billion. And of course, after 2013, we've had many more very big superhero films. As you can see, this is a big part of Hollywood's industry now. But I think we have a problem. If you look at the majority of superheroes, for example, look at the faces here. The majority of faces are white, and one is green. But superheroes generally represent a kind of white authority, an authority of the United States, having power in different parts of the world. If you look at Iron Man, Tony Stark, fighting the Arabs, the Muslims in different countries. And the thing is that many of these superheroes, for example, Captain America, personally I find him incredibly boring. He's just too good. So, in recent years, Hollywood has tried different things to make superhero films more interesting. For example, we've had films like Guardians of the Galaxy and Deadpool, which have put a lot of comedy into the superhero genre. In this way, people have seen superheroes in a different way. This year, though, we've had a superhero film, which again has been very different. But this time, not as a comedy film, it's a very serious film in many ways. But I think it has many, many important features. One thing, of course, that's very interesting with Black Panther is that actually the film studios didn't expect this to be a big film. Black Panther is not a famous character when you compare him to Iron Man or the Hulk, for example. Thank you. But when the film came out, something amazing happened. So far, the film's profits have been $1,334,579,263 United States dollars. This actually makes it the 9th biggest film in the whole history of cinema. This is incredible for a film that people did not really expect to be so successful. One of the reasons for this, I think, is because we have this very non-traditional representation. As you can see, compared to the white faces of the Avengers, having these wonderful African faces, I think it's a great change to see a different race and a different continent of people being represented in this type of film. Talking of the characters, the main character, T'Challa, the Black Panther, is a very interesting character. He's strong in many ways, but he's also very human, which I think makes him more interesting than many of the traditional superheroes. Black Panther has also been talked about a lot because of its ideologies, its ideas. It has a lot of different political ideas, philosophical ideas that people have been discussing. So here, for example, is an article on NPR talking about this, but we can see in the film things like colonialism, looking at in the example of Africa, how these countries have been exploited in the past. Here, of course, we're talking about Africa, but we can see this in many ways very similar to Latin America and here in Colombia. Also, the idea of isolationism, of a country separating itself from other parts of the world, saying, no, we're not going to help. In the time of Donald Trump, trying to build his wall, I think this is a very important issue for us to look at and for us to consider as a world. On a more personal level, Black Panther is a great film thinking about gender. In the film, the most powerful warriors, the most intelligent scientists and doctors, they're all women. This is very different from the traditional Hollywood film where the men have this role. And last but not least, it's a very fun film. It has a lot of great action sequences. Personally, I really enjoyed all these different scenes. So, taking all these things into account, I'd like you to ask yourselves, who, for you, are the real heroes in Hollywood? The American white men and women of the Avengers, or the ladies and gentlemen of Wakanda? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.